Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, we are live on Synergy Network Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. With our run the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. First of all, before we go further, we want to congratulate South on their City Month. So from Real Talk, congratulations to them. I believe they are having a whole lot of activities from tomorrow straight up until the end of November or somewhere in the half of December, somewhere around there. But nevertheless, congratulations to them. So, in the news tonight, viewers, the merit point changes. The Ministry of Works and Transport has made amendment to the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act, lowering some traffic fines and demerit points. The order also introduced 3 new offenses related to the misuse of disability parking permits. Now, a fine of $2,000 and 3 demerit points will apply for using an expired or altered disability permit. Displaying an incorrectly will occur a $750 fine, and failing to return an invalid permit will result in a $500 fine. Some offenses have seen fines reduced from $1,000 to $500, with demerit points reduced from 3 demerit to 2. Others have been reduced from $750 fine to $500. Minister of Works and Transport, Senator Rohan Sinanan, had indicated earlier this year that the demerit point system remain an evolving framework that is adjustable according to the outcome and feedback. The order will go into effect next Monday on November 18, 2024. So viewers, those of you who have the disability parking permit, please return it if it is expired and renew it, otherwise you're going to be fined. This is something Works and Transport Minister is saying. So, get your act in order, and in the coming weeks we're going to see a little more adjustment to the demerit point system and the fine system in Trinidad and Tobago. So let's wait and see what will take place in the coming days. Finance Minister Clong Imbert has revealed that a 50% hike for Trinidad and Tobago current foreign exchange for crunch. Now, Imbert stated that the use of credit card could be particularly blamed. He met private bankers 2 days ago prior and had asked about credit card usage. So viewers, listen to this and we'll have a discussion after. You're going to enjoy this one.
Is behind a foreign exchange issue. I said, tell me what's going on. We were looking at credit card usage, for example, because I had a belief that, look, one of the problems that is behind a foreign exchange issue is the use of credit card. And believe it or not, 50% increase in the number of cards, 50% increase in spend by credit card users over the last 5 years, but I had to do that research myself.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, Imbert particularly is blaming the upsurge in credit card usage for forex shortage in Trinidad and Tobago. He said that credit card spending has risen by 50%. Now I will tell you something. The banks cannot tell you how to use a credit card because at the end of the day, you have to pay for it. The banks supposed to make US currency available to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That's their job. Klangenbert has the power to order the Ministry of Finance to release cash. You all didn't know that, right? Oh yeah, I recently educated you all on that with the 25 million US. Now I'll tell you something. Central Bank has been, how to say, holding back US currency in this country. Banks have been cutting credit card. The small businessman has been suffering tremendously for US currency in our country. And thus far, nothing has been done to actually fix the problem in our country. Nothing. It seems that Klangenbert needs some ideas in how to create foreign exchange in our country. Can this smart individual come up with that plan? Or is he going to continue holding Trinidad and Tobago ransom as he's blaming the credit card users for the rise? And also the shortfall in US currency. It's sad, you know. It's really, really sad to know, well, hey, I two country suffering for US currency. Trinidad and Tobago is only this country. We suffering for US currency, you know. Of the Caribbean, there is no sufferation for US currency, you know. None. The country after Tobago, they are not suffering for US currency. Of the island, they are not suffering for US currency. Trinidad and Tobago is the only island in the Caribbean that we are suffering for US currency so bad. Business are being shut down. And I don't like, for God and heaven's sake, these ministers blind. They're wearing darkers. Maybe they should really get blind. The situation that they are turning a blind eye on. It's sad. It's really sad to know that they can't come up with a solution to fix our forex situation in our country. 1.4 million people, and they cannot come up with an idea to fix it. It's really sickening now. It's really, really sickening. I am sure there's probably about 4 or 5 businesses closing down in Trinidad on a daily basis because lack of US currency. And the ones who are getting it, well, I'm sure they are pretty happy. Pretty happy. So my question to you viewers is, how do we fix the shortage of US currency in Trinidad and Tobago? How do we fix it? Do we need some genius like Klangenbert? Or we need somebody smarter than him? People suffering for US currency, business suffering. And now where there's a cut in credit card spending, we're going to suffer more. We are going to suffer more. Business are going to close down faster. A lot of people will be on the breadline. You wouldn't feel it now, you know. It's like 2 months from now, 3 months from now, when you can't order goods, you permanently cannot order goods, then you will feel it. Then you're going to feel the brunt of the US currency shortage in Trinidad and Tobago. So what can we do to fix it? Anybody have some ideas? You want to call in and give us ideas? Because Klangenbert apparently here have no idea. We need some way to create US currency to come in our country. Tourism minister, well, we can't depend on he. Trade and industry, they make an investment the other day, almost 25 to 30,000 US. The loss, they can't find the company disappear on them, government get robbed. Imagine that, the government of the day get robbed of thousands of US currency. But my main question tonight is, how do we fix the US currency shortage that we have? And Apart from saying this, all of a sudden, where the 25 million US come from to give the wholesalers and the importers that amount of money every month, where did that money come from now? So there's two questions out in the public domain. How do we fix the US currency shortage for the business sector? And all of a sudden, 25,000 or 25 million US appears in the Exim Bank on a monthly basis that will be distributed. So it's two main questions I'm asking you tonight. One, the small man. Two is Exim Bank. Now that clung about and the banks are saying credit card usage is going up every day. What's going to happen with credit card users? From $2,000 to what, $1,000 a month? And from $1,000 a month to how much? 500? And when you do that now, what is going to take place? I don't know. I'm asking the smart heads. What is going to take place? I'm asking man like Colin Mimbert. What is going to take place? It's sad that 1.4 million people in a country such as Trinidad and Tobago have to deal with this. You want to know something? Panama right there. Panama right there and they're not suffering for US currency. Guyana right up the Caribbean right there and they're not suffering for US currency. Because I do business in Guyana and I could tell you. It's only Trinidad here and it suffer for US currency. And we just had to pay $7.50 for $1 US. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. In Guyana, you're not suffering for US currency. They have it in the country. They have it. But it's sad. It's sad. Nevertheless, hey, all would love this. The government official confirmed that Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali will lead a team from TNT at next week's second CARICOM India Summit in Georgetown, Guyana, which India Prime Minister will attend. The summit will begin from November 20th to 24th at Georgetown Marriott Hotel and is geared towards fostering future cooperation between both regions. TNT's team is expected to leave on November 19th. So what do we expect from this team in Guyana? Because the last thing I heard from Guyana is that they don't want our refinery. They want nothing to do with Trinidad. Nothing. And it's sad to know our oil-producing country now wants nothing to do with Trinidad, which we have a refinery, but it is shut down. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to dig into this a little more deeper after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Realtalk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
So viewers, welcome back. Now, we go into Guyana and the production of Guyana and how the president functions in Guyana concerning the development of Guyana. I wish Mr. Mohammed could have come and governed Trinidad for 3 years. Not the whole 5, 3 years. Listen to this and you'll understand why I am saying this. The president of Guyana stated that all engineers and contractors are getting fired for falling behind schedules on projects in the country, while Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley stated that if a contractor do good work, they will be paid promptly, but if they do bad work, they will be questioned about it. Listen to this.
Ministry of Education, PS, Minister, PS, engineers. How many engineers you have, PS? I can't be one engineer. The head of the engineering department got to be here. So why you sitting on? Where? Let your project staff stand up. Who is the head of your engineering department? Who is your lead engineer? You're an engineer? Who is the lead engineer? And who are the engineers assigned to these projects? Where are the consultants? Because all of them getting fired, not only the contractors. How does collect payment? At the region? How do they collect payment, PS? Answer hard. I want the country to hear. They come to the Ministry of Education to collect payment, but they can't come to a meeting where they're behind on project.
My own background as a Minister of Government would show that I I can tell you I understand that. When I ran the housing program in the 2004 to 2007 period, one of the things I emphasized to those who participated in that program was that if you work, we expect to pay you and pay you promptly. If you do bad work, we're going to query it. And if you do good work, we'll try to give you more work because we'll acknowledge your presence.
So Trinidad and Tobago, the difference between the Prime Minister and the President. The President in Guyana is telling the contractors and the PS and the engineers that you all will be fired. You all will be fired for delays, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Can't give a reasonable explanation, you're going out the door. Out the door. And that is production. In Trinidad here, if a contract goes on and on and on, way past the deadline date, we're going to keep increasing and increasing and increasing. So if you know you're supposed to finish a contract in 6 months and it run for 1 year, you know what? That's 6 months extra money you're getting. So what are you going to do? Are you going to run it for 6 months more? You could never finish on time. Never. Prime Minister now, if you do good work promptly, you will get paid. But if you do bad work, you'll be questioned. So let me start with the highways. We're supposed to have a nice, smooth highway. Our highway is like this. That's good work? Or that's bad work? The highway like this, you swear you're on a boat in the ocean when you're on the highway. Some of the roads that they're fixing, I'd be like, Lord, these people blind. Imagine, the engineer have to pass on the road. The contractor have to pass on the road. The contractor worker had to pass on the road. The barco operator had to pass on the road. The supervisor had to pass on the road. The quality control officer had to pass on the same bad road they're fixing. You all ever saw some of the road contractors fixing Trinidad? You all saw how they patch roads in Trinidad? It's sad. It's stinking sad. Where's the supervisor for quality control? Where's the supervisor for proper work? Where's the supervisor for proper drainage? I'm going to tell you something. If them Trinidadian was in Guyana, under the president, all of them would have go home. Because they're shameless. You're living in Trinidad. He's a supervisor, he's a manager, he's quality control, he's a big engineer. And the kind of work you allowing contractors to do right here in our country is a stinking shame. It is a stinking shame to call yourself a supervisor, and when you're going on the road, imagine you're running on a road and your tire going boop, 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 and you now pave the road. Imagine that, eh? It's sad for supervisors and managers. It's stinking sad. All they should have been in Guyana. Trust me. Trust me. And I love what the president do. You know why? For a number of years, Ghana was an undeveloped country. Now revenue is coming in. Revenue is coming in to better the country. And their own people in the country wants to rob the country now of that betterment. And it's the same thing we have here. The same damn thing we have here. You get money to fix the road. Before you take your time and you fix the road and show pride in what you're doing as a contractor or as a quality control or as a supervisor or a manager, it's whoosh wash, whoosh wash, whoosh wash. And John Doe supervise that work down though. Shame on John Doe. John Doe should get blind. I'm telling you. John Doe tongue supposed to stop moving in the mouth. Let me tell you something. I get different now, you know. I get different now. You know why? Too much of money spending. Too much of taxpayers' money spending. And John Doe like this. Yeah, that good, Jesso. John, don't I know how long the road is? John, don't I know how much sand the road take? John, don't I know how much gravel the road take? But that good, Jesso. John don't collect his money here, and he good. Whatever happened down there, John don't never even see it. He never reach it. And that is kind of slackness we have taken place. So what I start to do now is that the person who passed that piece of road that still won't fix it, you should get blind. So since you want to turn a blind eye, you should get blind. I'm telling you. And those who like to bump their gum and have a tongue in their mouth, you should stop talking. This is how I do it now. If you're vexed, that's your business. That is your business. And if you want to play dotage and come after me, let me tell you something. I wouldn't even have no remorse of what will happen to you. Trust me. Because I'll tell you something. There's a time that spiritual people is elevate. And the more you climb from realm to realm to realm, from power to power to power, is the more it is want to do things. And that's where I reach. That's why I deal with you like that. Quality control officer want to play blind, you should get blind. Yeah. Engineer want to turn a blind eye, but when you wake up one morning, you mustn't be able to see your wife right next to you. I'm telling you, too much a scamp. That's what's taking place down here. Too much a madness. Everything is something under the table, and something under the table, and something under the table. One of these days, when your hand go under the table, it mustn't come out back. I'm telling you, it must go under the table and stick right there. We too stink in this country. I as a Trinidadian, I live in it here, I have business here, I have trade here, and I tell you, we too damn stink in this country. Everything we want shorthand and a shortcut. No wonder why we falling apart. You think we're getting better? All you ever see the quality of roads we getting? Every year go by, the quality, the standard is dropping. As rain fall, imagine the paving road now, and as rain fall, the road cracking up. All you see that? Our 2 or 3 Wednesdays ago we highlight that. To bridge, the bill, and 2 days, 3 days vehicle passing, all sand come out. Road side a crack. Bridal bridges one. And Navin? Yeah. You know where's that? Balbo Walk. Officers said, that good demand, don't worry about that. You should get one morning and stop talking. Trust me. I know how to play mad, you know. And I know how to send people mad. Too much of foolishness taking place in our country. Instead of our country go up, we going down like we leg rotting, decaying. We going down. Guyana now start to make some revenue. And if you see how Guyana developing. But you know what? It's the people of the country that keeping it down. The people of the country. Call a good night.
Mr. Saieed, man, great program, and I am so happy that you highlighted this clip from Guyana. I hope the citizen of this country is taking note of this, and seeing what's happening in Guyana, the kind of quality work they are getting there, and you said it all about the roads.
Yeah.
Because I am telling you, there are areas along the Naparima Road, but they had left it as it is.
You see?
So they pave it, and as you rightly said, in a few weeks, it's back to the same situation
Square one.
it was in, very sadly. And, this country, I am convinced more than ever, is only bubble, corruption, underhand dealing, taking and lawlessness, man. We reach a stage in this country, like, Mr. Tag, the only person fighting to make this country a better place, man. This country is so lawless right now. I don't know if we will ever recover or get back there in 25 years from now, And what we want to do, the president question the contractors. We want to question the government. And the opposition UNC, who is asking us, the citizens, to employ them. When you're going for an interview, you want to be employed, you go, and before an interview committee. The citizen is the interview committee for you opposition. We want to hear what you're bringing new to the table. So far you are presenting nothing new to the table for the citizens of this country. So we want to interview you. Face us and tell us what new you're bringing to the table. Mr. Saeed, you keep up this great work you are doing to make this country a better place. We will succeed, you know. I am telling you. God bless you and your program.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But listen, when we come back, I want to tell earlier how the Prime Minister going and get a salary increase. Right after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
So Trinidad and Tobago, just in, about 20 minutes back, the Salary Review Commission, friends, family, Trinbagonians, what's going on? I'm going to give all a few seconds. Call your friend, send them a message, tell them tune into Real Talk. They're gonna hear how the Prime Minister and other ministers going and get an increase in salary. I'm giving you this few minutes. Let me take the call in the meantime. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Well said on your show, man. Mr. Saeed, here is, something is really wrong with the governance of this country. Here in this country, we have a minister standing up in Parliament and telling the Speaker of the House and the rest of Parliament that a CEO in Wasa salary is 100,000 plus 20,000 in.
Yes.
This is wrong side. This thing really wrong. So how a CEO of the Water Corporation, which is a government enterprise, is working for more money than the Minister of Utility.
Yes.
How this happening? What is going on? Who is this man that this country going to pay $100,000 in salary and plus $20,000 in perks?
Well, we go see. We go see when he comes in. Thank you, caller.
What is going on in this?
Thank you, caller. So Trinidad and Tobago, listen this. Turn up all my volume in your television. You're going to want to hear this. Because this just happened. The Salary Review Commission, SRC, has recommended that the Prime Minister's salary be increased by $28,167 over the current one. So our Prime Minister in Trinidad and Tobago is going to get a $28,000 increase. Hold on. Hold on. Don't let the redness come up in your face yet. This would move the Prime Minister's salary to $87,847 if approved. Hello, hold on. Hold on. Call your friends, call your family. Tell them tune in. Because salary increase for a lot of high-ranking officers in Trinidad and Tobago. Keep in mind, we ain't have no money, you know. Keep this in mind. Now, the report was laid in Parliament today. Also recommended increase for the President of the Republic. An increased salary for the Chief Justice. An increased salary for the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly. An increased salary for the opposition leader and members of parliament, members of the judiciary, plus the lame-head commissioner of police we have. The police commissioner will also get an increase, and other senior public servants. So Trinidad and Tobago, we now have to be, as I was saying, we blind, we dotish, we dancey head, we stupid, we dokedam, we not educated. Take that now in all your tail. And it's tell Allah, when we bring it to Allah, we bring it live. So let me say this again. We have time, we have about half an hour on our program. Let me say this again. The increase would go to the President, the Chief Justice, the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, the opposition leader, the Member of Parliament, the members of Judiciary, the Police Commissioner, and other senior public servants. What they're going to get? They're going to get an increase. I hope all are listening. All want to play foolish and run to pay property tax. While you scraping up money to pay property tax. And you cutting back on your food bill. And you have to buy, you're going to buy 2 jerseys, you have to buy 1. You're going to buy 2 shirts, you have to buy 1. You want to buy shoes and a slipper, you have to forget the shoes and buy the slipper. Let me tell you something. This is how stupid we are in Trinidad. We would not stand up for our own rights. The Prime Minister's salary is currently $59,680, which was set in 2013 and would raise in 2-layer increase from October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2023 to $80,000. And from then, from October 1st, 2023 onwards, you will get $87,847. But the port workers in Port of Spain, striking for the 12%, they can't get it. The Pilot Association in Trinidad and Tobago, the pilots and them had to what? They had to forcefully take 4%. I'll come now and say something now, man. I'll want to play stupid. All you want to play dotish, I telling all as it is. All you want to play clumsy, you want to play blind. You know why you're laughing? You know why you're laughing? Because we ship it and we run to pay property tax. Ministers get an increase while you had a decrease on your spending. Take that now. Take it now. Just how I'm giving you, collect it and put up some tea in the microwave and hot it and mix it with a little sugar and drink it. Because from October 1st, all the high-ranking Rockies that are called out here, their salary going to increase. From October 1st, 2023. I want to bless shop and take that and all tung tung. I mean in 2024, sorry. Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. This is the most ridiculous raise. In a time when the country is going hardship. In a time when Clunging Bird telling all you, if all you pay all the property tax, all you will pay a $5,000 criminal offense fee. While members of parliament getting an increase in salary. What are you getting? What are you getting? Now listen to this, let me give you a little breakdown. Just keep in mind, recently the Prime Minister for the budget got $50 million increase on entertainment. Keep that in mind, eh? $50 million. And now he's getting a $28,000 increase as of October 1st. Now listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago. It means the Prime Minister would qualify for a back pay amounting to $731,520 for the first 3-year period. That is $20,320 by 36 months. And further, $366,171. Good? Now, he's going to get a $28,167 by 13 months from October 1st, 2024 to now. The sum of $1,097,691 before tax. And he's going to get a duty allowance removal of $8,680. Call her good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
I'll get to talk to him.
Next one. Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister, the President, the Chief Justice, the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, the Opposition Leader, Members of Parliament, members of the Judiciary, the Police Commissioner, and other senior public servants. It's only seniors getting the increase. The port workers struggling for a 12%. The pilot and them had to settle for 4%. The CPO wants to give nothing more than 4%. What are you getting? Look at the big increase. Look at the big increase. These high-ranking officials getting, and all they can get an increase. Or let us squeeze and beg and cut all their hand and let the blood drop. They get 4%. Right now the port is about to shut down. You know why? You know why? Negotiation going on. The port workers begging for 12%. The Prime Minister get $28,000 increase. Call her good night.
Can I speak to Mr. Saieed, please?
Go right ahead, you're live, ma'am.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Good night.
Mr. Rowdy sleeping with the spirit and the night coming, so we don't care. He take we land and give it to the devil. You see all the people dying because he sacrificed the people in this land. He has studied nothing.
Thank you, ma'am. So Trinidad and Tobago, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? You all happy now? You all okay? Ministers getting an increase, members of parliament, the opposition, the chief justice, the president, even the commissioner of police getting an increase. Brain fry like egg. Can't come up with a plan to fix crime. Imagine she getting an increase in salary for not coming up with ideas to fix crime. Wow. Wow. Think about that, Trinidad and Tobago. Think about that. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
I like what you're talking about because right now, hello?
Go right ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah. Right now, I find the teacher workers in this country not getting justice. They only study about everybody has only hierarchy.
Yep.
Nothing for we.
Thank you, my friend. Hear this now. I never expected the police commissioner to get an increase. Never expected this. What did the police commissioner do for an increase in salary? What? Tell us what. I'm asking. What did she do for an increase? Crime is rampant. People afraid. Watch me now. By next year, January, February, so people afraid to come out of their house to go to work, you know. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yeah. I am short man. I've been doing the short man. That short man. The only thing I didn't forget to raise is text, yeah.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Right then.
Thank you, my friend. Earlier. The opposition leader gets in a what? An increase. Are they happy? All they should be clapping. All they should be clapping. When I tell all you, do not run to pay property tax. All you do. Manning said we are almost reaching the threshold of 50% to implement more things. We saw dotation Trinidad, we running going. While them increasing their pay, they're increasing their salary. We some clunks, we running going to pay property tax. We had to cut down on the clothes we buying. We had to cut down on the groceries. We had to cut down on the amount of money we put gas in the car with. That you had to limit to. Caller, good night.
Night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
The senior citizens of this country work and build this country so high. And for 9 years, they're still living on their old pension.
Thank you, my dear. I hope all hear this. I hope all are going to enjoy it now, you know. Who have their visa to leave Trinidad, all go outside and work. Go outside and work. Because we're going down the drain. Down the drain. Not in my wildest dream I expect the police commissioner to be on this list for an increase. So now, Trinidad and Tobago, let's see if the opposition members from the leader go down to the members. Let us see if they would accept the increase that they are about to get. Let's see. Let us see if the Prime Minister is going to turn down the $28,000 increase per month. Let's see the Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary, let's see if he's going to turn it down. Let's see if the Commissioner of Police is going to turn it down. in the coming days, you're going to see. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Mr. Saieed, the Commissioner of Police need to go back to school.
Go back to school?
Yes.
She need to go and sit down in a hammock. And long time you used to have...
Sell oysters by the roadside or something like that.
Thank you. Long time you used to have some Namal cup. She need to go and make some black coffee and play with your grandchildren and sit down in a hammock.
I doubt she could make coffee. Right, Mr. Sayeed? That's why they don't send her home. She don't know nothing. She's not doing nothing.
You understand? Caller, a few days before, today Thursday. Thursday, I went up in police administration building. Thursday, that was just yesterday. Today Friday. I watch man. If you hear talk about that, oh, she's a desk person and she ain't know nothing, and they make she the commissioner and she can't do nothing for Trinidad. You better she resign and go home instead of she spoiling she good name. Watch man, the talk I hear. I sighed, I bend my head and I walk out. I said, Lord have mercy. And I walk out. It's a disgrace. It's stinking like an egg. Trinidad and Tobago tonight are letting a different me, you know. Trust me. It's too much of foolishness taking place in our country. And the heads supposed to correct it, turning a blind eye. Hence the reason why I say one morning they should get a blind. Since you want to turn a blind eye, get a blind. Or you feel like come here to... You feel like I come here to make joke? No, I didn't come here to make joke. I come here to tell you what's taking place in my own country. If others don't want to talk about it, trust me, I will bring it to all ears. So just before our program ends tonight, Real Talk Equipment, we have these vehicles for sale. We have a beautiful truck. It's a 7-ton truck. It's also a wrecker. It's a sliding bed 7-ton truck. It also have a crane on it, so you can do 2 jobs with this truck. You can do transporting of heavy work, heavy equipment, industry, whatever it is, which will be lifted by the crane. And you could also do wrecking work because it's a sliding bed. Look how beautiful the truck is. Look at the condition of the truck. Look at the condition. Just look at the condition of the truck. It's a beautiful truck. Well designed, well put together. Also, we have our excavator. It's a 306 excavator. It's like new viewers. Those of you who want to go into excavating work, a contractor, somebody looking for an excavator to buy, you can contact me. It's a beautiful excavator. This excavator, you know just how them barcodes have the piece in front to grade? This excavator, it is equipped with this. Remove this, Gina. Right, you see that black part lower down? That is a grader. You can see from the front. That is a grader. So you can grade a road while you're going. Those of you interested, contact me 339-1670. Caller, good night.
Good night, Sayeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Right, you want to pick out Rowley, boy. Here's what happening. Rowley is a geologist, right? So all the PNN people on them, he just see them as rockheads. They have hard like a rock. That's why he talk to them with them. Thank you, have a good night.
Well, boy, I know what to say. But Trinidad and Tobago, I want to let you understand something. Ministers are getting an increase in salary. Ministers, the present administration, the opposition, the president, the Commissioner of Police, the Chief Justice, the Chief Secretary for the Tobago House of Assembly, judiciary members, public servants, senior members. And what are you doing? What are we doing? The port workers struggling to get 12%. They had a shutdown on and off, on and off. Pilot Association had no other choice but to take 4%. And the Prime Minister got a salary increase by $28,000. So in the coming days, viewers, we're going to have a breakdown of every minister and their salary and the increase that they're going to be getting. We're going to give you update on it. This is breaking news in Trinidad, you know. Breaking news in Trinidad. So what do you think about it? Tell me. While you cannot get a proper hospital care, while you cannot get a proper school, while you can't get proper roads, proper street lighting, proper water, ministers getting an increase. How are you all feeling? Good? You all feeling happy? I hope you are proud of yourself. I could come here every night and open your eyes and your ears. But we as a people had to stand up. So tonight now, or tomorrow, Saturday, I want to hear what the union leaders have to say in Trinidad. I want to hear what them have to say concerning the increase of the ministers. If they are going to divide or come together as a nation in protest, not 12% and 4%, you know, but to protest because of the increase in minister's salary. Is all the heads of the union going to join together, bringing thousands of people together to protest against this? Things are getting harder and the minister's salary is going up. What about yours? What about yours? So ask yourself this Friday night, does ministers in Trinidad and Tobago really deserve an increase in salary while you are being bullied into paying taxes? This is why I come here every night. One tax I ain't paid is property tax. I am not paying that. I am not going to be bullied into paying it. And I am standing firm on that. I am not going to be bullied into paying it. So Trinidad and Tobago, I want you all to understand, in the coming days, every single member of parliament is going to get an increase. What did your MP do for your community to be better? What did the police commissioner do for crime to decrease in our country? Ask yourself that. Think about that. We are out of time for tonight, viewers, but nevertheless, I am Saieed Ali. You are viewing Real Talk with Saieed. Until we meet again, be safe and let your brain start thinking. Good night.